Alright, my child, let's cut the nonsense and dive into it. You have been lied to, manipulated, shaped into something you're not, all to make you more acceptable in the eyes of society. But what they don't tell you, what nobody dares to speak out loud, is that everything you have been taught about how to be a man around women is not just wrong, it's a total farce. You have been told to be kind, to be soft, to bend over backwards to meet their every whim. You have been told that if you become agreeable enough, sensitive enough, you'll win her heart. But let me tell you right now, none of that is true. Not one bit. What we are talking about here is primal. It's ancient, buried so deep in the bones of human nature that most men have lost touch with it entirely. You see, society has sold you a lie. They have told you that being dominant, being powerful, being strong is wrong. They have labeled it toxic, and you have bought into it because you did not know any better. But here's the truth. Women are not drawn to men who play it safe. They never have been, and they never will be. You need to understand one thing. Dominance isn't about being loud or aggressive. It's not about being the guy who's constantly flexing his muscles or trying to look like the biggest alpha in the room. No. True dominance is quiet, it's controlled, it's the kind of power that doesn't need to shout because it's simply there. It's felt. You walk into a room and without saying a word, people just know. That's the energy we are talking about. The kind that does not beg, does not scream, does not need to prove anything to anyone. Women are wired to be drawn to this kind of power. It's biological. Go all the way back to the dawn of humanity, to the days when our ancestors were fighting for survival, and you'll see it. Women didn't choose the men who wrote poetry or brought flowers. They chose the man who could protect, who could lead, who stood at the top. It was not about being kind, it was about being capable. And guess what? That hasn't changed. Society may have evolved, but at a deep instinctual level, women are still wired to seek out the men who can dominate. Not dominate in an oppressive way, but in the way that signals strength and security. Because dominance is security, it's power, and power means survival. You think women don't sense this? Trust me, they do. Every single time you walk into a room, they are sizing you up. Not consciously, but on a biological level. They can feel your energy, your confidence, your control. They don't want the guy who's bending over backward to please them. They want the man who knows who he is. The man who does not need to ask for approval because he's the one making the rules. Now don't confuse this with brute force. Dominance is not about being the loudest, it's about being unshakable. It's about standing firm in who you are, knowing exactly what you want, and not needing to justify it to anyone. It's the quiet confidence of a man who does not need to prove his worth, because he already knows it. Women cannot resist that. They are hardwired to crave it. They feel it in their blood, in their bones. Let me tell you where most men screw this up. They think dominance is aggression. They think it's about shouting louder, pushing harder, or being the guy who demands attention in every room. That's not dominance. That's insecurity. True dominance doesn't seek attention. It commands it naturally. It's the guy who walks into a room and doesn't need to say a word, yet everyone knows exactly who he is. Women are drawn to that. Not because he's forcing it, but because he's simply being himself, standing tall in his own power. Think about it. Why do you think women are drawn to the alpha male stereotype? It's not because he's nice or kind or gentle. It's because he moves through life with purpose. He doesn't ask permission. He doesn't need validation. He just takes what he wants. Not out of arrogance, but because he knows he's capable. Women feel that. They may say they want the nice guy, the sweet guy who shares everything equally. But when they meet a man who embodies real power, who exudes dominance, their biology kicks in. They cannot help it. It's primal, it's instinctual, it's deeper than words. Here's the thing. Dominance is not something you can fake. You either have it or you don't. But the good news is, it's something you can build. It's not about pretending to be someone else. It's about tapping into the part of you that's been suppressed. The part that society has told you to bury because it makes people uncomfortable. But why should you live a watered down version of yourself just to fit into the mold that's been built for you? Why should you suppress your true nature just because someone told you that strength and power are toxic? What's truly toxic is denying who you are. What's toxic is living your life as a shadow of the man you could be. You want to unlock the part of a woman that craves dominance? You need to stop apologizing for who you are. Stop asking for permission. Stop seeking approval. Start standing firm in your own power, because when you do, women will notice. They will feel it. They will be drawn to you, not because of what you say or do, but because of who you are. The less you try to please, the more irresistible you become. When you own your dominance, when you walk through life like knowing exactly who you are, you won't have to chase anything. Women will come to you. They will be drawn to your strength, your confidence, your power. It's built into their biology. It's built into your instincts. And once you embrace that, you'll become the kind of man who does not need to chase, because everything you want will naturally come to you. To dive deeper into intriguing topics like this, click here to watch more and wake up.